Okay. So here is our last part, the minor blood groups. So for this ones, medyo madami to and maikli na lang din yung discussion for each. So you will just need to note kung importante yung kanilang ISBT number, yung kanilang um, type ng immunoglobulin, if it's IgG or IgM, if it causes HDFN or HTR, and other notably characteristics na unique sa kanila. So, ayun. So, maikli na lang to yung per blood group. Okay? Yeah. So, first one, we have the Jago system. The Jago system ISBT number 010. DI as a system symbol. So, composed of 22 antigens and 3 independent pairs. So, ang kanyang antithetical antigens, we have DIA, DIB, WRA, and WRB, and WU, tsaka DISC. Okay? So, it was named after the first antibody marker in Valenzuela family during investigation of HDFN. So, in the year 1955, na-discover yung anti-DIA. So Jaga antigens are carried on BAD3, so a major integral membrane glycoprotein. So BAD3 is also known as the red cell anion exchanger, or AE1, or solute carrier family 4 anion exchanger member 1, or SLC4A1. So located at chromosome 17 ang kanyang gene. Okay? So DIA antigen has served as a useful tool in anthropological studies of Mongolian ancestry. So, Mongolian ancestry kay Jago system. Okay. So, antibodies are sometimes IgM, but usually are IgG. So, reactive siya in indirect antiglobulin test and can cause HTRs and HDFN. So, the Y system. Okay, so in 1956, the Y system was named. So, named the first antibody marker. So, and use the last letter T in the patient's last name, Cartwright, kaya ang symbol niya is YT. Okay? So, YTA antigen, ito yung high prevalence one. YTB is the low prevalence one. So, YT antigens have been located on erythrocyte acetylcholinesterase, which is an enzyme involved in neurotransmission. So, it has three phenotypes: the YTA positive B negative, the YTAB positive, which is the common phenotype, and the YTA negative B positive, which is the rare one. So both anti-YTA and anti-YTB are IgG antibodies and reactive din sa an indirect antiglobulin test and are considered to be clinically important because they are predominantly red cell stimulated. Okay, located on chromosome 7, but it does not cause HDFN. Okay? So can cause transfusion reaction but does not cause HDFN. Next, we have XG system, ICBT number 012. So, in the year 1962, it was discovered in the serum of a multiply transfused man. Okay? So, high prevalence siya in female than in male because it is controlled by the X-linked gene. Okay, so named after the X chromosome and gene naman nakuha for Grand Rapids where the patient was treated. Kaya siya XG. So the gene that encodes XG allele is located on the short arm of the X chromosome. So XGA antigen is carried by a protein with cell adhesion properties that has been demonstrated to have homology with the CD99. Okay? So anti-XGA are predominantly IgG and reactive in the indirect antiglobulin test and sensitive din siya to enzymes. Okay? It is not implicated, however, in HDFN and HDR. Next one, we have the Siana system 013. Okay, composed siya ng three antigens. We have CS1, CS2, and CS3. Okay? So most anti-CS1, anti-CS2, and anti-CS3 antibodies are IgG. Red cell stimulated din siya and react in IAT or indirect antiglobulin testing. So neither anti-SC1 and anti-SC2 are implicated in hemolytic transfusions. However, si SC3, siya yung nalilink sa mild transfusion reactions. So the SC gene is located at chromosome 1. So the product of the gene is called erythroid membrane associated protein, or ERMAP, which is a RBC adhesion protein. Next, we have the Dombrach system 014. It has two antigens. We have the DOA and DOB. Also si Gregory, Holly, and Joseph. Okay, so si anti-DOA and anti-DOB, they are IgG, red cell stimulated antibodies that react primarily in indirect antiglobulin testing with PEG, or enzyme enhancement. So they are not associated with HDFN. However, they are reported to cause acute delayed hemolytic transfusion reaction. However, on the other hand naman, si Gregory and HYN Joseph, they are also IgG, red cell stimulated, then IAT reactive, then does not cause HDFN, and reported to cause moderate transfusion reaction naman. Okay, so the gene for Dombrach is located at chromosome 12. The Colton system 015, kanyang ISBT, composed of three antigens. We have COA, COB, and CO3. Okay, formerly COAB. Okay. So the CO antigen have been located on the transport protein known as channel forming integral protein, or the CHIP. So the CHIP forms the primary erythrocyte water channel and is responsible for water permeability. So the CO antigen and CHIP are both expressed in the tissue of the proximal and descending tubules and the collecting duct of the kidney. Wait, singit ko lang, I don't know if nabanggit ko sa video kasi hindi ko alam kung nasama sa naputol. Again, yung, for example, this one, si OA, yung A supposedly ay nasa taas. Kasi hindi ko lang siya mailagay sa PowerPoint. So, dapat nasa taas siya kung paano siya sinusulat. So, COA, then yung COB sa taas na part. Yun. So, nakita niyo naman siguro dun sa from other slides. Okay? Yun. Anyway, let's proceed. So, anti-COA and anti-COB. Okay, so IgG, silang dalawa, red cell stimulated then, and they are reactive then in indirect antiglobulin testing. Okay, associated with acute to delayed transfusion reactions. Anti-CO3, also IgG, red cell stimulated then, however, it is complement binding naman. So, yun nadagdagan. And associated with severe HDFN. The Chido-Rogers system, ISBT number 017. So it includes 9 antigens which are subdivided into 6 CH antigens, 2 RG and WH antigens. It is postulated that the Chido-Rogers antigens were associated with human leukocyte antigen, or the HLA system. Okay. So alleles for the Rogers and Chido have been located on two closely linked genes known as C4A and C4B on chromosome 6. So anti-Chido-Rogers stimulated usually in multi-transfused individuals lacking one or more of the corresponding antigens. Okay. The Jurbic system, ISBT020. This one is a complex system that is composed of three high incidence antigens. We have GE2, GE3, and GE4, and four low incidence antigens, WBLSA, NA, DHA. So DE and GE antigens are inherited on chromosome 2 and are expressed on glycophorin C, or GPC, and or glycophorin D. Chromosome 2. So individuals of the Leach phenotype, pag sinabing Leach phenotype, that is negative for all of the GE antigens 2, 3, and 4. This one is 4 ha. Okay. Leach phenotype again, negative ka for all GE antigen 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Kapag may Leach phenotype ka, they present a change in erythrocyte morphology in the form of elliptocytosis or elliptocytes. Anti-GE2 and anti-GE3. Okay, these antibodies have also been noted as naturally occurring IgM and as autoantibodies. So, implicated to cause acute to delayed transfusion reactions, but no clinical significance in regards with HDFN. The Kromer system 021. Okay. This one is composed of 7 high incidence antigens. So, ayan po, pakibasa na lang. And 3 low incidence antigens. So, these 3. Okay. So, antigen are carried by DAF, which is decay accelerating factor. Okay. The DAF is involved with the regulation of complement activation by accelerating the decay of the C3 and C5 convertase. The antibody, anti-Crom, are described as predominantly IgG. Reactive din siya sa IAT. IAT again stands for indirect antiglobulin test. Okay. So neutralization may be accomplished with concentrated serum, plasma, or kaya urine. Okay. Present majority siya in black individuals. The NOPS system, NOPS composed of 5 antigen. We have the KNA, NOPS, McCoy, SIA, and YKA or York. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kulang pala ng isa. Pakisingit dito. KNA and KNB. Okay, meron din siyang KNB. Okay, that makes up the 5 antigens of the NOPS system. So, alleles for the KN blood group have been located on chromosome 1 with the antigen residing in the complement receptor 1 or the CR1. Okay? So, KN antibodies are IgG and weakly reacting lang siya in IAT, not associated with HDFN or HTR. Okay? So, we have what we call the Helgelson phenotype. This one represents the serologic null phenotype for the NOPS blood group. Okay, the Indian system. Indian system is BT023. Pakitanggal po ito. Disregard this one. Okay, typographical error. Okay, so composed of 2 antithetical antigens, C, Indian system, INA and INB. So relatively low incidence lang si INA, high incidence si INB. Iron antigens are carried on the hematopoietic isoform of the CD44. CD44 is known for its immune adhesion properties. Okay. So iron antibodies are IgG and IAT reactive. Next, we have the OK system 024. So anti-OKA is firstly identified in 1979 and named after the marker found in Mrs. Kobutsu. The OK antigen is carried on CD147, and CD147 functions as a receptor and adhesion molecule. So the gene for this one is found at chromosome 19. Okay. So well developed on RBCs from newborn and has not been reported to cause HDFN. Okay, the RAF system, okay, 025. So MER2 is the only antigen in the RAF system. So the name is derived from the antigen, or so the name, okay, the main name nga MER2, derived yung antigen na nakuha sa monoclonal, so DM, and Eleanor Roosevelt, which is the laboratory where the antibody was produced. So MER2. Okay. So si Raf, kaya pangalan sa system, Raf is the first person with this kind of blood type. So the gene locus is located at chromosome 11. MER2 is located at CD151. Okay, so CD151 is a tetraspanin, which appears to be essential for the assembly of basement membranes in the kidney and the skin. Next, we have the GL system 029. So 1980 is when anti-GL was first identified. So GL antigen found on the glycerol transporter aquaporin, AQP3. So AQP3 is a major intrinsic protein family of water channels. So the GL antigen is located, or the GL gene is located at chromosome 9. Lastly, okay, RAG system, the newest blood group system, CL30. This one is according sa, as from the reference, but if I'm not mistaken, meron ng mas bago pa kaysa kay RAG system, the newly discovered blood group. Okay. So, essential siya for RH antigen expression. So, absence of the RH, RAG due to mutations result in RH null phenotype. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that's it for our discussion today. If you have any questions, just message your respective instructor or you can also send me a message. Okay? So, ayun lang. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.